Hi, and welcome back to PatientRx. I'm Jessica Krauser.
And I'm Tina Valbh.
And we are here at Asembia 2025, Asembia Specialty Pharmacy Conference 2025, at the SiriusXM Studios at the Wynn, Las Vegas.
Yay, I know. And we have some really, really great guests that are going to come on and talk about all things in the industry, what's happening in the industry. So we're super excited to bring a series of podcasts from Las Vegas.
More importantly, how it's focused on the patient.
That's right.
So let's focus first on, we talk about ourselves a lot, but us as the patient. So you have Tina's Warriors is your nonprofit, and you're doing an event here.
We are on April 30th. We are doing a huge event, and we're going to send out 800 Hope kits to women undergoing breast cancer.
That's amazing.
So we're super excited.
Is that the most you guys have made?
It is the most we've done in one event. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's incredible.
It's a lot. And actually, I was just at the National Breast Cancer Foundation's headquarters earlier this week. Tina's Warriors won an award for Volunteer Service of the Year.
That's
so they recognize our organization for all of the great things that we're doing and what we've done. And they told us that it is the biggest Hope Kit event that one of the biggest that they have done, with so many kits going out at any one time. So I feel that I think we're going to run out of Hope kits, even though we're packing 800. We have so much demand and so many people coming.
So these go to you have specific 800 people.
Yes.
Like address you're shipping to them after
Absolutely. The way this works is the people can go on to the National Breast Cancer Foundation's website. They sign a loved one, a friend up, and for under their Hope Kit program. And then it goes into a list. And believe it or not, there is a wait list for...
How many?
I think there's any given time, there's probably about 1,800 to 2,000 women on a list. And sometimes a lot more. So there are women that are waiting for these kits. The average wait time is about 6 to 8 weeks. And our goal is to take off as many women as possible off that list and to keep that list to a 0. So here at Asembia, we're packing 800. We have another event that we will do in September at NASP, and we're hoping to pack over 1,000.
Oh my gosh.
Event. Yeah. It's, there's so much momentum around this, but at the end of the day, while we're giving back to cancer patients, what we're also doing is raising awareness, and the awareness is around the patient voice,
being an advocate for yourself.
Advocate.
So how important is it that, because I know you have a lot of individual sponsors, but you also have a big backing with pharmaceutical companies, because we're in the pharma industry. How important is it for your organization to have that support?
It's incredibly important because at the end of the day, it's the pharmaceutical companies, it's the specialty pharmacies, it's all the different stakeholders that have many different programs targeting patients. And we are lacking the cohesiveness of these programs all pulled together for patients. So it's super important that all the stakeholders come to the table and we have open discussions around the needs of the patient.
So how has that impacted them? I'm assuming, from the impact that you want to make on people, even outside of those that have breast cancer, but the ones who are helping develop the drugs and therapies for breast cancer. How is this impacting them?
So early last year, as I'm out in the industry talking about my personal journey and my experience and some of the gaps that I found, there was a lot of positive feedback that has gone into several different organizations, and they've taken that feedback to heart and they've made changes. So for example, there's a large manufacturer that changed their education and some of their marketing materials based on the feedback that I had given them. it wasn't until I had come in with that feedback that they realized that, oh gosh, maybe we should have done something different. And so they have made change based on that feedback, and that has affected thousands of women going forward, improved resources. And also, I think as we keep talking about our mission for change and to bring the patient back into the conversation, I think that everybody at the end of the day will come to the table to say, okay, what can we build? And before they launch products, hopefully bring a patient into the conversation.
Yeah. It's interesting what you were saying about, changing, making changes so that, it's better for the patient, or just a change that was made from your perspective as a patient. I was just reading articles on the news, I think, because you sent me something on Parkinson's this morning.
Yes.
And it is very exciting. But then I started reading because I couldn't get access to whatever that article was. So I just Googled it. And so I found all these other articles and everything. It almost feels like every medical article, and sometimes, even the blog posts and things that are there says breakthrough, Parkinson's, breakthrough, new and improved, this amazing stuff. And I'm like, but it's not there. It's not like it is maybe from still that scientific level of a phase 1. But when patients read it, I know people get amped up because they ask me all the time. They're like, oh, what is this new thing that's coming? It's it's not.
Yeah.
So how, is that, I don't want to say misleading, but because it is breakthrough for certain levels or certain areas within a company. What do you think?
It's like any other, I feel like any other thing that we think about from a marketing perspective, or we think about the news, right? We sensationalize the news a lot. We definitely sensationalize some of the breakthroughs as well. I'm not discounting the breakthroughs. I think that they are breakthroughs, but I do think we sensationalize some of it. And at the end of the day, it is to garner support, right? So and
there's
maybe
a purpose.
There's a purpose.
Yeah, I get it.
So but there are some great things that are getting ready to come out, and I do think that being here at Asembia and there's some great minds that are floating about or will be floating about here this week. And I think there's innovative programs. There's innovation that's happening. And we want to bring those companies and organizations in to talk about what are you doing for the patient and how are you a change maker for a patient?
Oh, the change maker.
Yeah.
Well, that's all we have for right now, but we have plenty more coming back. We have a lot that we're going to cover here at Asembia this week, and we'll be sharing that with everybody as soon as we can. So until next time, we'll see you then.
We'll see you soon.
Thanks.
Thank you.